Alright, so whether you're playing a different instrument or just singing, this kind of goes back into bringing your attention back to the body. And what I mean by this is not just the attention to the body, but literally like kind of like in a way focusing it. It's like you're holding something, you're going into the body. And when I say body, also it means that when you're playing specifically, let's say the flute, many flute players want to just have this direction, they want to focus on the goal, they want to have that sound. It's okay to have those, of course. It's not about good or bad here, it's about allowing your body to do the teaching for you. And of course with practice, and when I say practice, I don't just mean like the drills like this and all that stuff. It's not about the method, it's not about doing those things that because you were told to do so. It's trusting an inner wisdom, an inner intelligence, an inner process, an inner, it's kind of like instinct and intuition put together. I don't know if it'll make sense to you, but so for example, when I play, even when I play, let's say these chromatics, this helps me kind of like, I've been doing it for like a long time. And just today when I was listening to myself, I was like, okay, because usually I put on my headset, my earphones when I'm recording or when I'm doing something, because I don't want to, I have an ear condition, so I don't want to overwork the hearing. It's not, if it's too loud, if it's too high pitched, then it's not good. But in this case, going lower into the lower notes make it sort of like you can actually work on those things, and you realize that you get better over time. And that's the practice. Practice is basically not only doing something, it's not about the doing, it's also about being connected. So it's really being in the moment. So kind of like having that passion, allowing yourself to go through that passion and going through it. Now this ties into self-worth, ties into when people, you want something because you're so impassioned, you're so like, I like this thing, I want this thing. For me, it's my teaching, it's my language thing, it's my experience with being a teacher and all these things, blah, blah, blah. But that's obviously the ego talking. So what I do is I allow the body to kind of like that same energy of passion into kind of redirecting it into what I'm actually doing so that it becomes being. It's, I'll explain what I mean. So for example, this thing is, it's not, again, not about the drill, it's about just going louder as you go down. And in turn, this will affect your playing, this will affect your, if you want to talk about tone, if you want to talk about color, if you want to talk about being in tune. That's not the point. The point is not that. The point is to be in the moment. So, for example, when I'm going down, when you're playing the higher notes, the middle range, all that stuff, it's a little easier. And take your time. Take your time because you're timeless. So in other words, there is no time. It also means going into changing the embouchure, changing the position of fluid, changing your posture, your head, the neck, your flow of the air. It's listen to it, let it teach you, and use the goal as a kind of like bring it towards the present. So I noticed how even I repeated, it wasn't trying to be perfect. It wasn't that, it was kind of like saying, well, that's the goal in mind. Okay, that's what's scheduled. That's the thing in mind. But then allowing the body to go, where should I go? Where should I go? Where should it go? Where should it go? Where should it go? Right? So, in any case, trust that. You learn there's techniques online, there's books on these things, on how to breathe and all that stuff. If specifically talking about the flute, doesn't matter. It could be singing as well. But the point is to transmute the energy of what you're feeling, even if it's disappointment, even if it's, fear, whatever it is, transmute that stuff. So, I hope you have enjoyed the next part. It's going to be mostly audio because it's a little longer for me it's more organized for me to show it through just audio, and it helps you focus, meditate, and hopefully whatever comes out of this whole thing will be helpful, guided. Okay, so trust.